welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. Always happy to have you. I am super excited for today's video. It is the first in my new kind of cycle here on my channel. A few weeks ago, I posted a channel reset to let you know what kind of content you can expect and when on this channel. So I will link that in the cards. Make sure you go take a look at that and make sure you know what's going on. But today, for the first video of July, we're gonna do my July reset and TBR and my June wrap up. I am so in need of this reset. We just had Grant's mom stay with us for a week. Before that was the kind of like the first week of summer break, getting settled, kind of cooling down after the school year. And now it feels like my summer vacation is actually starting, especially because I finished 3 classes yesterday of my summer classes. So 3 of 5 are done. So I need to like reset, and I feel like now I'm on summer break. Each day I don't have something scheduled every single day. It's just kind of taking the days as I want them to. That is what today's video is going to be. 3 things in one. We're gonna head into the office and do my reading wrap up. We're gonna do a little bit of my reset stuff, and then we will talk about my TBR, and then obviously finish out everything else that I need to reset to go into July. It's a new month. It's the only full month of summer break, so I really want to make sure that I hit the ground running, and it's a good break. I'm trying really hard not to feel like I'm running out of summer vacation before I go back to school, and I'm not, because I literally still have a month and almost 4 weeks, 3 full weeks. So I'm gonna be fine. But just like, oh no. It is Monday, July 1st right now, so I've been up for a little bit, took Chowder for a walk. Grant is out playing disc golf before he goes to work tonight. I'm starting a reading vlog today, a weekly reading vlog, and I have just been like slowly easing into my morning, waiting to do this reset. I just chatted with my sister for a bit. I was at her house all weekend watching her son and her dogs, but let's go make a coffee so we can do this reset. Note to add to the beginning of this video, I will be including chapters. If you want to skip to specific parts, go back and watch others later. So, speaking of a set, I got this cutie little waffle set from Happily Ever Threads. It came in the mail literally yesterday, and I haven't taken it off since because it is so comfy. All of the Disney World icons. Got this last week when Grant's mom was here. This is my new classroom mug. Have a nice Daisy. While we are prepping my coffee, getting set for the day, let me know in the comments. Do you monthly reset? Do you weekly reset? In the school year, I'm usually like a weekly reset person. But what do you reset? What's something in your life you need to reset? This is gonna sound really dumb, but my brain feels overly full in these first couple weeks of summer, so I'm very excited to do this reset. I'm gonna use some vanilla syrup today. I'm feeling a flavored coffee without paying for one. And then just some cold brew that I made last week that I haven't had the time to drink because things have been busy. But yeah, let's reset together today. Let's get our brains in order. What's one thing that you need to reset, you need to work through, you need to think through, that you need to get off your brain, and let's go freaking do it. If you want to reset alongside me, rock on. If not, sure. It's gonna be reset, monthly wrap up for June, and a TBR. We're gonna do the monthly wrap up early and first because there's not much to wrap up, truthfully. I also meant to say this earlier in the video, but we have a lot of new friends and faces here on this channel, and I am grateful for every single one of you that has subscribed and has supported this channel. It means the absolute world to me that you guys are all here and letting me do my thing and supporting me and watching my content and commenting and engaging, and it is just so freaking happy for me, so thank you. Back to the wrap up. The wrap up is going to go first because there's not much to wrap up, truthfully. In June, so much was happening with the end of the school year, start of summer session, new job, all sorts of things, visit, blah, 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 adjusting to summer. We didn't really read. we read one completed book in the month of June, and that is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, which is a YA mystery thriller. It follows, what the frick is her name? I literally just read the book. Annabelle Price, who's Rachel Price's daughter. Rachel Price went missing like 16 years ago, and now there is a film crew in her town making a documentary, and Belle is part of the process, sharing her thoughts, her perspective since her mom disappeared when she was just a baby. I think she was just about 2. Obviously the title of the book is The Reappearance of Rachel Price. So Rachel comes back and they kind of like go through this process of getting to know each other, becoming a family again, healing those old wounds, trying to figure out what happened to mom. And we end up in like a very like twisty, turvy, complicated family mystery. And it gets a little bit crazy at the end, a little bit violent, a little bit wild. But it was really, really well done. I honestly prefer Holly Jackson's standalones to the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I read 5 Survive last year, and then I read Reappearance this year, and I really liked both of those. This book for me was a 4-star read. The only thing that detracted the star was at the end. Problem for me in mysteries and thrillers is that I feel like the authors try and make them like gotcha moments or like unpredictable, and they do things that are just not reasonable or like wouldn't realistically happen to either make it unbelievable or so that everything wraps up really nicely. The latter is what happened in this book, where there were just some things that it wouldn't happen that way in real life. It wasn't realistic, it wasn't really believable. Also, they could kind of wrap up this plot very, very nicely. This was not one that I tried to solve the mystery. I wouldn't have gotten it right if I tried. There were so many different little pieces and details that you really needed to pull the whole story together, and I wasn't gonna get there and I wasn't trying to get there. But I did really enjoy this book, this concept, this premise. An example of one of these far-fetched things is because it's all, the whole premise is this documentary being created about Rachel Price's case. I'm a true crime girly. I will watch a show, I will watch a thing about a true crime case. But they film what really happens. They get it on camera, and the film crew just like agrees to delete it and give Belle the last copy that exists and not put it in the show and not create the show. And that just would not happen, truthfully. Like, we all know that's not how Hollywood works. So like little unrealistic things like that that just kind of took away from the great thriller mystery that we had. But I loved the pacing. I was really, really sucked in. Like, there were points where I was like, I just want to finish work or homework or whatever it is so I can go dive into this mystery and figure out what's happening and see where this story goes. So I really liked this for a YA mystery and thriller. I would get a physical copy to put in my classroom for the fall. So yeah, I would recommend it. I then started The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I haven't read a Jenny Han in a really long time. I think I was a senior in high school when I read To All the Boys I Loved Before, and they were like kind of cringy secondhand embarrassment vibes that I didn't really like. Like, I remember that main character like being like quirky, but just like, ooh, weird. Like, ooh, cringy quirky. But this takes place at Cousins Beach in Scusset, Massachusetts, or supposedly Scusset, Massachusetts. And it follows Isabel, Belly, as everybody knows, as she goes back to this family summer house that she has gone with family and friends her entire life. Like, every summer they go summer at Cousins Beach and hang out and get to know each other. But this is like the summer that she's like grown up. Like, she's a teenager, but she like has gotten a body and she is becoming really beautiful, and she's noticing that, and people are noticing that. And so there are some romances that are developing with other people at Cousins Beach, and also her very two close family friends who are almost like brothers to her, but not. Conrad and Steve. No, Steve is her brother. Conrad and Jeremy. I am 60% of the way through The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm really hoping to finish it soon, and I will confess that I got it on Libby and my loan has expired, but my Kindle is on airplane mode, so they can't take it back from me because I don't want to wait 6 weeks to finish the book. So I'm embarrassed about that, and I hate being that person, but I need to finish it, and it goes super quick. I think I have like an hour and a half of reading left, so I'm hoping to do that today as part of my weekly reading vlog. But I'm really enjoying it. It just feels like lighthearted, fun, YA, summer love, New England coastal vibes. Like, I'm so into it. It feels very much like a Sarah Dessen. In every summer. Summer is not summer for me if I don't read a Sarah Dessen book. I read a Sarah Dessen book every single summer. So it feels like the same vibe for me. Those are the only 2 things that I read in the month of June. That's all I got to. We are hoping to turn that around for July. We need to do a little bit of planning and reset before we can talk about the TBR. So that will be coming very soon. We got the wrap up out of the way. Now we're gonna do the reset, and then we're gonna do the TBR for July. Okay, if you are a new friend of this channel and you did not watch the reset, one of the announcements that I made in my like life updates reset video was that I am teaching at a new school this fall, and I'm teaching a different grade level. So I previously taught middle school 7th and 8th grade English, and this year I'm going to be teaching high school English 9th and 10th grade. So just like a little bit of a step up. But one of the reasons I love teaching middle school was each year I taught the same grade. And so I really had like one lesson plan that I taught to multiple classes. A little bit different in high school, especially teaching multiple grades. I'm teaching grades 9 and 10. So I will have 2 workloads, almost like 2 curriculum loads to balance. So this summer is going to be a lot of prep for that. So I'm like ready to go. There's going to be enough changes coming to a school, a new district, new age group of children, that if I can do the planning and the prep in the summer while still enjoying my summer, that's what we're going to try and do. So I have 2 planners that we need to adjust and fill out. First, this life, personal life, everything life Bible, schoolwork, master's degree, life Bible. I got one of these last year, but I got it really late in the summer, so I couldn't fully use it, and for some reason my brain is weird, and I got it in August, but it started in July, and then I just like never got in the habit of using it. It starts in July and it ends next June, so we're gonna get this going. And this is the Callie Danielle academic planner. They sell them at Target. I didn't see them in Target. I had to get it online. They are a great planner. I'll turn you guys around so you can like see what it actually is. I have so many dates and things in my brain that I need to organize, like summer job stuff, teaching job stuff, YouTube stuff, life stuff, travel, all of that I need to get in here. Then in my teacher planner, I need to put in like some academic school dates so I can keep those in mind. I won't have a ton, but stuff for the beginning of the school year. And I do have July room, or this planner also covers July, and I want to go through what I want to plan in each month, what I want to prepare, and by week, what are my goals to figure out and get planned before the school year. And part of that planning and figuring out what I'm teaching when and how I'm preparing is figuring out the books that I'm going to read in what order, so I know what can also be in my TBR for July. We're gonna do some like cleaning reset things around my house, from having a guest for a whole week, from me being away for 3 days, clean up the house, reset the house, do some laundry. Our dryer is broken, so we can't do a ton of laundry. We're going to go water my plants. We need to do some financial budget reset, which I'm really dreading. We're gonna start with this. 2 of my master's classes ended, but 2, I don't have any other work due except for the final, and those aren't due until the end of August, but I wanna do them early and like get them out of the way. I'm gonna plan out my progress for finishing those finals. I'm gonna be using a variety of things to fill this out. I have these Zebra Sarasa clip pens. I love to fill these out in my planner, highlight anything that I need to with mild liners. Up there for one of my prized possessions, my sister got it for me, but it's my little Hobbit pencil cup. We'll go like a Pilot G2 vibe. Let me turn you around and show you a little planner tour. You can do hard things, 2024, 2025, blah, 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 blah. gotta fill this in case I lose my planner. I want to go back and do this because I have to think about like what else is going on, and also what do I classify as a celebration versus an important date. But like, look how cute this is. July. This is going to be really, really helpful. We're going to go back and fill that in. The overview day. Weekly habit tracker. I just love how this covers everything of your life. So you have so much room to plan out each thing. You can plan out meals, which we need to do for this week. Fitness and hydration you can all track. Oh, there's a little coloring page at the end. Notes, bullet journal page, and then you get into August. We are going to start here at the high level overview page of all the things that we have going on in July. So I have all my dates ready to go. Now I need to like go into this week because I don't know what's happening any singular day this week. But this is where I'm going to switch to the Sarasas. I need my monthly overview to all be the same color. We're getting a really deep dive into how crazy my brain is. So I hope you enjoy. I think your brain's also crazy. I see you. That's a good pink, I think. Or is that a better blue? The colors we're working with. Yellow, pink, and green. We're gonna start making ourselves a little key guide for each thing. All the colors for this month match my mug. This is an ugly pink. Please know that it kills me that this is neon and the rest are more muted. It does break my heart, but it's the only pink highlighter I have. can just do this all from my brain. Like, I don't need to be using my calendars and my computer, blah, 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 blah. Stained the shirt already. It's fine. I'll just remember it all in my head and I'll be able to like keep track of everything. And then I was like, oh wait, classes, side job, YouTube, teaching, what? And it was all getting kerfuffled. So I'm really happy that I'm doing this, and now I'm like bouncing back and forth between calendars, using my phone calendar. So putting it all in one place, going to spare my brain. So I'm gonna give you an overview of the first week. She's not fully planned out because I feel like I need to get a little bit more nitty-gritty about things, but I do want to give myself a little bit of flexibility. I appreciate that each week has a checklist, like a to-do list, so I can maybe not plug all of the, or schedule all of those things into the week, but I still remember that I need to do them. All these other things have not been done yet, but we'll get there. Then tomorrow, pretty busy day. Wednesday, not terrible, mostly a homework day. Thursday, 4th of July, I'm leaving her open. And then Friday should be low-key, video going live that we're filming right now. We will get edited at some point. And then I need to work on something for work. With the holiday, this week is not a regular week. This week will be a regular week, and Grant leaves next week. I'm like scheduling Chowder's daycare, like all of these little things. Which reminds me, Chowder's first class. Gotta figure out when we're making up that class. But I need to go do habits, and I need to do my to-do list for this week because there's a lot. This is feeling very heavy, like personal life summer job, but now I need to like also figure out master's program, teaching, and I'm just gonna do probably like the first 3 weeks of July. I should just do the whole month, right? We're doing monthly reset, we're planning, getting ready to go. I'm gonna do that, but let's look at my Canvas calendar for July. Ew, this is yucky. Sir, this syllabus is aggressive for a summer course. 11 mother favorites. Holy, I praise. I love when a professor includes a whole class schedule with every assignment ready to go. Okay, I need to board Chowder a couple of days this month, so I'm going to go see how much that would cost me. I'm thinking it's a pretty penny. Hi, I'm looking to board my dog. I wanted to see if you guys were like completely booked for the next couple of weeks. Okay, that went very well. Chowder is going to a resort for a couple days while I am doing things. Fine. I will eventually get like a rover or a wag walker boarder, somebody to watch him while we're away. It's just like I want to like vet that person and have them meet them, and like because this is actually coming up on the time, we're just gonna have to do a kennel for this time, but been doing this for closer to an hour and a half than an hour. But let's go through and give you a little overview of the system we got going, what we've planned through. I ended up not planning through the whole month because honestly I was running out of things. I I feel like a lot of the stuff that I have, even looking at my monthly spread, first 3 weeks of the month are where I have things planned. After the first 3 weeks of the month, I've got literally nothing going on. Yeah, really I have stuff the first 3 weeks, but after that it's kind of slowing down. I put in the stuff that I like know that I have. I will go back and put in my school assignments because I have a document with all of them, so I can put in what is due. But for the week of the 22nd of July, I really don't have much going on, and I want to see what I get done in my teaching preparation before I like figure out what I want to do next, because I have things like the syllabus, policies. Eventually I will have to make the scope and sequence for the year-long planning, but I want to see what I get through first before I start trying to figure that out. I did schedule my first classroom trip if my classroom is available, and then the last week of the month, the week of the 29th, that goes in the beginning of August. I put in the stuff that I know I have, like the day that I watch my nephew every week, the day that I go into the office for my summer job every week, and then I have planned my office hours for each week, the days that I'm available for check-ins. As I go through each week, I can add in the days that Chowder's gonna be his crate, Chowder goes to daycare, whatever. So I feel really good about this planner. This can feel like overwhelming for people that don't have my brain, and I totally get that. But like I said, I have my Canvas calendar for my master's degree, my work digital calendar, my personal phone calendar. Having it all in one place is important to me. And then I like that I have my habit tracking just to be a little bit more present. Like I said, this is gonna be my Bible for how I live my life and do all of this. So I did go back in and I showed you this, but I filled in this page. I want to keep track of the best days, also use journaling and planning as like a log of my life. Focus to create solid routines getting into the school year. What does morning look like? What does bedtime look like? Consistent gym and writing. Reset and make memories, like actually rest, make good memories, and then slowly start prepping for the school year. Goals, workout, read, no spend, we're gonna talk about that one, and write consistently. Couple of celebrations, then my personal TBR, my school TBR, and my videos for the week or the month. So you can take a little peek here of what we got going. We got the reset, we got the weekly reading, the writer's retreat vlog, the weekly vlog, and a bonus 24-hour readathon. I'm gonna go through and do my school planner, kind of take some of the things that I had in here for planning and prep and put them in, so like all of my school stuff is filled in. A little walkthrough of the teacher planner. If you're not a teacher, this is probably gonna be boring for you, but I like some of these spreads, so if you're into like stationary planning, you'll probably like it too. This is the Happy Teacher Planner, the large size, so that's the beginning. I like this. This is definitely like giving elementary because we don't do recess, but I can put this stuff in. This is really cool to see like what dates we've got going on or that I need to keep track of all in one place. And there is a second page of all of that. And then we get into like the July planning, which is great. Obviously my school doesn't start in July, so this is going to be all prep stuff. What I think I'm going to go through and do for July is look at the plans that I made in my personal planner and kind of transfer them over here. Would be a little bit more detailed. So what is the freshman book I want to read this week? What is the sophomore book I want to read this week? And also like actually track my progress. So on Monday, what do I do? Tuesday, what do we get through? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc. I'm gonna go through and do some of this and then we'll probably recap. I'll b-roll me doing it, but I need to think through it first and then we can talk through it and recap. I have a bucket of all of my books for this year. The perk of the Happy Planner is you can take these pages out, write on them, and put them back in, which always makes my handwriting a little bit neater. So we're gonna do that. And this is gonna be all black. first week so I can replicate this next week. But I pulled out the books that I'm going to try and read in the month of July for school. It's fine. We're fine. I went through, I did a weekly goal throughout July, and then in August, because we'll go back, I'll put in actual dates, go through the rest of the academic year. But I'll repeat this for the first couple weeks of August that are going to be my personal prep and planning. This is the goal for each week that we're trying to do. So there's usually a reading goal for freshman and sophomore and a planning goal. So next week will be Night, To Kill a Mockingbird in the syllabus, then Two Old Women, Raisin in the Sun, Class Routines. This will be something to bring up tomorrow in therapy, but all of this work, all of this thinking, all this planning, the relief I feel and how much lighter my brain feels making a plan with check boxes, things that I can check off, that I can use this time really wisely, really efficiently, really effectively, that I can feel good about what we're doing. I already feel so much more relaxed because I'm like, I got a plan. I know what I need to do. Now I just need to go do it. Truthfully feels pretty freaking amazing. I feel way more prepared than I did not that long ago, like 3 hours ago. So I needed that. This is a sign. This is a freaking sign. One day at a time. That is the reminder. Okay, we're gonna close this, put this away for now because we feel good about it. I'm gonna leave my books out for the full TBR portion. And I really don't want to, but I need to. So my previous school elected to not pay me throughout the summer, which is fine. They gave me all of my paychecks at the end of this school year. And I need to make sure that I have enough money until I get paid again in September. And it's July 1st. I'm a little afraid. Ooh, I also have to pay rent this week. I don't remember to do that. Let's count how many weeks we've got. I think I'm gonna throw up. I'm going to this week give myself $400 to like figure shit out. Next week I'm gonna give myself like $350 to spend, and that's food, gas, and anything else. $350. I also will be getting paid throughout the summer, like for my summer job, but all of that money is going to debt. So stressed about money, and that is like a gut punch. But we're getting our finances in order. We're getting our spending under control, and we will freaking assess. Let me go to my fun bookshelves, pick out some books, and then we'll do the TBR before we get to actual like physical reset of the space before we wrap up this video, because I did my planning, I did my brain reset, I did my finance budget reset. Now we need to do physical space reset. We did wrap up, we gotta do TBR. So I'm excited to do this because also don't mind my boyfriend's clothing hanging from our living room. Physical reset is coming. When I lived in Southie and I just had one of these bookcases, which if you haven't seen the library organization video, I'll link it in the cards, but I had one of these when I lived in Southie, and I dedicated one square to being my like TBR square for the month. I can't do that because spoiler alert if you watch the video, every square is full. But I think I have like, I'll have somewhere in my house that I can put my stack for my TBR, but that's a later Kayla problem to figure out. I'm gonna try to do 4 books. Well, there are 5 weeks in July. I'm doing that thing where I try and overachieve and I'm not realistic. So we're being realistic. With all the books I have to read for school and like an additional fun book is already a lot of reading, and I'm a busy gal. So we're gonna pick 4 fun books. If we do more than 4, super cool. We do have a 24-hour readathon vlog planned and a weekly reading vlog planned for this week. Very well could happen. But we're not going to say 4 or 5 and then let ourselves be 5 or 6, I mean, and let ourselves be disappointed. With TBR videos, I like making them because I feel like if I focus my attention, I don't get overwhelmed. But if I know that I'm like, oh, my goal is to read these 4 books this month, I'm not like ping-ponging around different genres and books. It's just like 4 that I want to get read this month. But if I start it and it's not the vibe, it's not the right time, put it to the side, pick something new either off the TBR or off the shelves. This is just to give us like a starting focused place. This is always hard because it's like, what does it feel like it's the right time to read? Again, in my brain. These videos are really great insights into a crazy person's brain. This is morbid. I kind of want something that's gonna make me cry. I kind of want something that's gonna like break me, punch me in the gut. Am I prepared to reread Song of Achilles? Think Snore. That's gonna have a third act breakup. Ooh, that is an option. I feel like I can't do that to myself. I think that's stupid, Kayla. Don't do that. Whatever. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right, let's TBR. Give me 1 second. Grantford, what the hell? It's July, dude. Do this TBR. Now know that I know that I'm insane. Know that I know that going into this TBR. Damn it, the codes are still driving me nuts. Know that I know that this is insane, but we're gonna try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll know for next time. Let's start with the less fun TBR, which is for school. This is what we're looking at for the month of July. I'm laughing. Oh, this is not gonna be successful. Whatever. I have 4 freshman books and 4 sophomore books that I want to read. So we're gonna start with sophomore. First, Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. I have not read this since I took sophomore English, so I'm excited to do that. And I've been working on a lesson plan for one of my master's classes that uses Of Mice and Men, and so if I can like read it, it will help me write the lesson plan, if that makes sense. Then we have A Raisin in the Sun. This is quick, it's a play. I've read this a couple times, and I also just took a class on Literature of the American Dream, wrote a mini unit to introduce this book. So I do wanna like read it and make the connections that I can use in that mini unit and refresh myself on Literature of the American Dream, how I want to teach it. Then we have To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. These are the copies that they gave me. I don't know if these are my teacher copies, but it might be a thing throughout the year or throughout the summer for me to repurchase my own copies so I can actually take notes. And honestly, I could take notes on one of these, but this is a pretty crappy copy though, so we're not gonna do that. But To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, again, another one I haven't read since my sophomore year of high school. Excited to reread because this is like a classic, and now that I know they teach, that I'm going to be teaching it with The Hero's Journey, which is something I taught recently, I'm excited to dive back into this with like a new lens. Freshman, oh, there's one more sophomore read that I don't have that I will be going online to purchase today, and that is Catcher in the Rye. Again, I feel like a classic. Not everybody teaches it anymore, but I really liked that book when I read it in high school and would want to teach it again and like look at it from the lens of teaching it. Honestly, the freshman I'm a little bit more excited about. We have Animal Farm by George Orwell. I taught this last year about like rhetoric and censorship and all sorts of cool things. So I'm excited to like really dive in to Animal Farm with that perspective and like take the time. Especially last summer, I did try to reread it, but I was super intimidated by it, about thinking about it in a reading lens. So I want to like actually dive in and really appreciate it this time and not be overwhelmed. This book is a reread because I read this my freshman year, and I am so excited to read this. This is Night by Elie Wiesel. I loved this book when we read it freshman year. I recently went to an Auschwitz exhibit in Boston and purchased the Diary of Anne Frank, and like then it made me want to reread Night, and now I'm teaching Night, so I really want to reread this, and also just in the context of everything going on in the world, just kind of have a little bit more understanding and perspective building, and just really want to read this. It's such a powerful book. This one is I'm excited about because I am very fond of Native American literature and Native American culture. It's something that is super interesting and fascinating to me. Like the erasure of Native American culture is so important to talk about, and I feel like that is not something that a lot of high school students necessarily talk about in my experience. I've talked about it a lot in college and like learned about it a lot in college and wrote about it and researched it. But we have Two Old Women by Velma Wallace. Read it before, don't really know what happens, but like this is a chunky font short book, which is kind of the only reason I'm believing that I can do this, but this is 140 pages. Then we have Refugee by Alan Gratz. This, I'm trying to remember in like the scope unit that they gave me, how this fits in. I believe this goes in a whole refugee unit, but not positive. But I had this book previously in my first teaching position, and I think I left it there and I never got to read it, but I know that Alan Gratz's books are really popular. I have the 9/11 one in my last classroom and I did bring that with me, so I'm excited to read that. But we have Refugee, again, middle grade, should be like a pretty light lift in terms of like mental thinking. Big font. We love a big font. 320 pages or so. Now on to the personal reading that I don't know I'll be able to do. Anyway, I hope you loved that. We have Melt With You by Jennifer Dugan. I've not read a Jennifer Dugan. I tried to read this a couple years ago. By a couple years ago, I mean last summer. Feels like years ago. I tried to read this YA romance, realistic fiction, very summer vibes, about an ice cream truck. I'm in. Quick, lighthearted, lovely read. Want to dive on in. Yeah, that is a classroom library book, so I want to finish that so that I can talk about it with my kids in the fall. We're gonna save you for the end. The monster book we're gonna save for the end. This one I'm so excited about, and I know I will fly through through this, because I fly through all of her books. This is Emily Henry's Funny Story. Listen, all of her other books I have in paperback. I was going to wait until this was in paperback, but my sister so kindly purchased this for me, and now we have to read it. And truthfully, this is stupid, but like, if you can see, the spine is covered in lemons. I love that. Makes me excited for what we're about to talk about. Truthfully, not a singular clue of the premise of this book. No, it's an Emily Henry rom-com, and I'm probably going to enjoy it. That way, now I'm like kind of caught up in the Emily Henry verse. Like, I still have to read a couple of her old ones. People We Meet on Vacation, beach read, that might be it. There could be another one. This one, again, I know will be a very quick read. I'm very excited about. I've started and was already flying, but like lost it, forgot it, so now I need to restart. And that is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 4th book in the Inheritance Games series, and supposedly there's another one that is already out or is coming out that I didn't know about. So I'm like, again, catching up on the verses. Brothers Hawthorne, this is a spin-off of the Inheritance Games series. The core plot takes place in the first 3, and this is a spin-off that follows 2 of the brothers. I want to say Grayson and Jameson. Do I remember? No. Grayson and Jameson. What's her face? Avery is in this book as well, from what I remember of reading it. There is a late pass as my bookmark for my previous read. I got to page 115, and that I think I read in like an hour one night. So I will fly through this, and I will get sucked in again, and I will try and figure out the puzzles, and I have the brain space to do that now. I didn't before. The last one is a push goal. It's a push goal. I'm not going to burden myself with the expectations of doing this and making this happen. I'm not. But here we are. I'm almost like embarrassed to say it and put it in the universe. Commit myself to this. This is one I've been putting off for a hot minute. Are we gonna have an 11th hour game change? This is what's going to happen. Okay, okay. We figured it out. I can't make decisions to save my life. I'm torn. Y'all are gonna pick. I'm gonna put this on my Instagram as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, at RoyReadingCo, I'll put up as a poll at some point. Okay, but also in the comments of this video, I need you to tell me which one I should read. I need a Moss. I need to read a Moss. It's been a minute. It has been a freaking minute since I've read a Moss book. Giving you 2 options. Let me know which I should dive on into, and I'll give you a little context for both. First up, this is the one that I pulled originally, Crescent City. Pause, okay. Second one, Empire of Storms. Both are dense mother truckers. Full funsies, as if I already wasn't struggling to commit to this. Okay, not House of Earth and Blood, though I heard that was a flop. Wait a minute. Oh, this is House of Earth and Blood. Oh, so we go right to the end of the book. Okay, right. 799 pages. 800 would be ridiculous. 799. Probably not much better. Oh, again, we just go right to the very back of the book. Okay. Ooh, 689. I read Queen of Shadows 4 years ago. It was 2020. And I read Queen of Shadows. In that 4-year span, my brain has not been able to take in such a dense, rich fantasy world as Miss Moss likes to create. Was not ready for the next installment. Though I'm kind of missing that story, that plot line, that universe, those characters. I'm kind of missing it and feeling ready to go back into this. I will tell you right now, I am not going to do the Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms tandem read. I can't. Brain, not capable, not equipped for that. We're not there. So I'll probably just be reading Empire of Storms and then reading Tower of Dawn afterwards. I know they're all going to intertwine at some point. I know the overlap is coming. I get it. But this, I know there's like a modern sort of component or like a present day component, and that just throws me off. Like this, I'm here for the fairies. I'm here for the magic. I'm not here for the present day non-sensory. So I've been putting this one off, but I've also heard this is really, really good. I'd be okay with either. I feel prepared to read either one. I'm a little bit leaning towards this one, but let me know in the comments. Crescent City or Empire of Storms. Also want to, because today's July 1st, I want to finish The Summer I Turned Pretty. I do have the second one on my Kindle, ready to go, but I want to at least finish the first one. 13 books in the month of July. And I do know that the wrap up I just did, I only read 1.6 books. I know that, and we're jumping to 13. We're letting it happen. Okay, I'm gonna go fill in my planners again because I'm excited. Okay, and I need to bring those books back into the atmosphere. I need to find a place for these books. We are going to go ahead and reset this house because I'm overwhelmed by the number of things in this freaking house that need to be put away. Some of it is me, some of it is not me. Either way, it's a problem that needs addressing. And I'm also, because somebody just graduated, I will put his graduation pictures up on the screen. We're gonna do some of his practice. Somebody has to go to PetSmart today and get used to the grooming salon. So we're gonna do some practice after we go potty. And go outside with mommy. Do you want mama to take you outside? Come on, let's go potty. Oh. Do you wanna go outside so bad? You look like a little seal when you sit like that. Oh, thank you, gentlemen. What a handsome guy, come on. Now that I've decluttered my brain, I need to declutter my house, fold laundry, put it away, clean up the kitchen. I have like an hour and 15 minutes until Grant will be home. I just gotta bring some stuff down to the basement, put some stuff in the right places. There's chowder, toy fluff, literally everywhere. So I need to just like take a breath, take a minute, reset the space. It's unfortunate because we did really like deep clean and declutter and put everything away before Grant's mom came, and then Grant's mom came and I went away and we like fell to chaos within a week. Like Grant did a whole fast before his mom came, and then we went out to eat a lot and we like hung out a lot and didn't eat super well. So now he's like re-fasting, like we did all this work and now we have to redo it. But I have two options while I reset. Caleb Hammer has a new episode of Financial Audit out today, or I have an audiobook I could listen to. I kind of want to do some financial audit personally. Besties, it is 2:35. It's only just dawned on me that I have not eaten yet today. So we're gonna pause. We're gonna make a little snack so I don't throw up everywhere because I'm so hungry. That's what we're gonna do first. We are in very good shape reset wise. Grant did end up coming home, but he's already left again to go to work for fall sports, or like already doing workouts. So he is there for the next couple of hours at the workouts, just seeing the athletes. It's been about an hour or so, hour and a half. I cleaned up the kitchen, pretty much everything except for the floors, because that's a much more involved process and very not easy to do with the dog. All of the floors were swept, vacuumed, scrubbed, all that jazz, literally like a week ago. So I don't feel like they need it, but I'll probably vacuum at some point in the next couple of days. Counters done, everything washed and put away. Cleaned the stove, sink is empty. I really needed to address this corner because it was freaking disastrous. So all of Chowder's treats are consolidated and in this little basket to be more organized. This is the Chowder corner. And then I went through and I got rid of chips. We don't need 87 bags of chips, and we had literally 87. All of these things are dried and then will be dried and then will be put away. So this counter feels like a little bit more decluttered. Once all these snackies are gone, I will feel so much better. Random but satisfying. I refilled a lot of my spice jars, so they're good to go. I cleaned this thing because it had been a minute. Counters all done. Those are gonna go in my towel bag to wash. I did go ahead and get some work done for my summer job. I always get overwhelmed and feel like I'm super far behind, and then we have like a meeting and a check-in and I'm actually like 3 weeks ahead of schedule. So I did a little bit of work just like responding to emails and like seeing what we needed to get scheduled and what we needed to do. And honestly, it's not super serious, so I'm trying not to freak myself out. I feel really good. I also cleaned up the office a bit, coordinated, organized some of the stuff. So this is just like a very bright, happy space. I do have to get the rest of the bedding out of the wash. Chowder has already messed up this sheet, so I will have to redo it. But cleared off the desk, organized, I have my reading stack ready to go, planners, notebooks, all of that. And then when I'm actually like done for the day, I'll close my laptop and put it away. So whoever wants to work at the desk next, whether it's Grant or I, can do that. Giant laundry bag. Honestly, today has felt so good and so productive to just like reset and do stuff around my house and like get into a better headspace and physical space to really rest this summer. It's a lot of upfront work. Like honestly, it's probably been about 5 hours of coordinating things and doing stuff. I feel like I'm in such a better place, even doing what I did. Doing all that planning and having the planner filled out and all my reference points for stuff, it almost made all of my actual work time, like the 45 minutes I did straight up working, so much more easy. Right, laundry is taken care of, put away, organized, ready to go. I did break my dresser, so that's interesting. But Chowder and I are gonna do some practice time before we go to PetSmart for his little grooming session. I'm also gonna try and give him a walk before we go. I said I'd be there like 6:15. So this is gonna be like a very quick practice, walk, get in the car, and get going. We're gonna practice paw mostly, because that's what obviously in the groomer, that's kind of what you need him to be able to do, is to give his paws, to get his nails trimmed. We are going to try this with my guy and see how this works. He just learned paw yesterday. For you, come here, come here, come here. Yes, up, good boy, sit, good, paw, good boy, paw, good boy, paw, good boy, good job, good boy. You're doing so good, you know how to do it. Thank you. Ready, 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 bow, bow, good boy, good bow, up, no. We're gonna get a little walk in, head to PetSmart, do his reset at the groomer. He really likes these. These are the Wiggles and Wags bites. We have the peanut butter training bites, and then we also have the freeze-dried chicken treats that he really likes, that his trainer also uses, but those are kind of like a special treat for him. Realizing, never checked in, never finished this video from yesterday, but reset is almost done. I got a little wrench thrown in our plans yesterday. I think when I left off, we were almost done. We were going to PetSmart to do some conditioning training with Chowder, which we did. We got there for like 6:20, and our trainer had said that, what did she say? Oh, that she was done with a class at 6:15-ish. So, and she was on until 7:30 or whatever. So Chowder and I went for 6:25, and she's actually still in puppy class. I think maybe they shifted the time of the class. So we were there a lot longer than we expected to be. We were there from like 6:25 to 8, but he got so much practice of all the things that we work on in class, which is good because we have a 2-week break before his next class starts. So we practice paw and down and bow and sit and look, with a lot of added disruptions and distractions, and he did really, really well. And he did greets, and he practiced getting on the scale, and he went back to the vet clinic. We did a lot of work going up to the door of the groomers. We did a lot of work going into the grooming office and doing like sit and paw and down and getting him more comfortable. And then when we actually worked with our trainer, I worked with her for about 35 minutes, which was great. She had us go in, meet a couple of the groomers, say hi, get treats, get pets, whatever. What I really appreciated was she took some time with him to figure out like what was the behavior that they were seeing, because it's very different than the behavior she sees normally. And she actually figured out that he was playing. He thought that like putting the slip lead on was a game, and his playing is kind of like a rumbly sort of like baby growl, but he's not actually upset. He's not going to bite you. He's just like nipping at you and playing. But she was like, it can be really hard as a groomer to know if a dog is upset and frustrated or if they're playing. So she's like, I know Chowder, and this is obviously, he thinks this is a game. So she gave us a slip lead to come back with and to practice. So we have some desensitizing and some slip lead training to practice with him. Take the time, have some extended practice time with him to really do his training, and he loves training. And then to have that like one-on-one attention with her, and she just like believes in him as a good dog and makes me feel so much better about him. And like, obviously I know he's a good dog. That's my angel baby, that's my son. But she's like, we want him to be successful. I want him to be successful. So this is what we're gonna do to make sure he can be successful here. Dog things, and especially with rescues and their quirks, can feel really, really challenging at first and can be really stressful. So to have somebody really believe in our dog and know that we can get him there and help us have the tools to get there is really good. So we're gonna untrain the thought that hands are toys and teach them that toys are toys. But I just had a check-in for some of my ADHD stuff. So we have some strategies, some pivots in the plans to work on that, which was good. Grant and I went to Target and got my carts for teaching, so I can check that off of my planner to-do list. I have a meeting at 2 o'clock today. I want to go to the farmer's market, and I also have therapy this evening. I'm gonna finish up my little reset meal planning days. What is a struggle is Grant is deciding if he's going to fast right now, because it's a freaking holiday week, and like the cookout capital of America, not here, but like the day, the biggest cookout day in the year in America, and you want to not eat anything? I don't know. So I'm gonna figure out my meals because we need to grocery shop. I need to figure out when we're grocery shopping, because we're running out of food around here. I also added something else to the planner. Grant and I booked a Topgolf date for next week, which is so fun. And then last night, oh, I'm not going to the gym today. That was a good dream of mine, but let me show you. Honestly, I love this planner. And this is stupid, but one of my favorite features of this planner is these are like color sheets. So like if I'm just leaving it open on my desk and I'm feeling a little like mindless, I can color, and it's at the beginning or it's at the end. I think it's at the end. A coloring page. So you could have this open and just like mindful color time as you're working. We're going to remake the bed, fix this bedding in here, and put my carts away with all of my teacher stuff. But let's go look at the carts. This is what I got. These are from Target. My Target only had 4 left, which is why I jumped on them. But I had purchased one online that was 15 drawer cart, and it was like $100. And then these came out like literally the week after, and these are $30 for a 10 drawer cart, and I got 2 of them. So one will be my freshman cart and one will be my sophomore cart. Then I also got like all my storage is white or clear, so it's fine. But I also have this neon sign I got from Michael's from their newest collection. Incorporating color, we're working on it, but I need to bring this downstairs and then we will do meal planning to prep. We are going to do some food planning. I am excited. because I really want to get back into, my friend Bridget got me this for my birthday, and it is just like my little catch-all brain dump notebook, and I love it. So since I started posting again, I've got a ton of new followers and subscribers, which I'm so excited about. And it's just like blowing my mind that in the past 2 weeks, I think I've gained like 60 followers, which might not seem like a lot for some people, but like for me, I notice every change in my content, like every comment, every every like video view count, every subscriber count. I notice those changes, and I'm just like so excited and grateful, and it's just kind of crazy for me. Wow. But so this is what I'm using to figure out what we're going to eat this week. I made this, I filmed it but I never uploaded the vlog, but I did make this to try and keep track of like what recipes we like a lot with, and this is where I need to like actually flesh it out, but the source. So Kayla Eats is a food blogger I use a lot because she makes like hormone balancing recipes, but just to keep track of like the things that we do like eating, and I'm trying to be like protein forward. So now I have the meal, the source. I also added this in these two categories, so protein and then like the category of cuisine. So if I'm like really in the mood for like a Mexican recipe, I can figure out what we want to eat. A lot of them are high protein because they're from Kayla Eats or from a cookbook that is like high protein. So a lot of them are that, and then this is helpful because if I don't know what to cook, I'm not sure what to make, I can look at my freezer and what we have for proteins and then go ahead and do all of that. Okay, what I need to do is I need to figure out what recipes I'm cooking each week or each day this week, and I'm just gonna figure it out through Friday. Honestly, there's not enough room for me to track every meal in this box, so like breakfast, lunch, and dinner is just not gonna happen. So we're just gonna keep it to the main meal, to dinner, and go from there. So this is we had steak frites, mustard, glazed chicken, buffalo chicken, stuffed peppers. Here we'll do California rolls, bowls. This is not bad for a grocery list. This isn't a ton of stuff because we've been stocking up on protein, but I even add 1 sale protein. 2, I should take out, I'm an adult, I'm gonna take out the meat that I'm going to eat today, and I'm gonna prep my zucchini and my Brussels sprouts ahead of time, so those are all set. water my plants. We're gonna do some training with Chowder. Veggies are prepped. I'm gonna take out the chicken for tonight, and I feel good. I'm not gonna grocery shop today. I will do that tomorrow, but I feel really good about everything that we've done. The wrap up, the TBR, the reset, the planning time, grocery list. I got a good meal prepped, ready to go, Chowder training, gardens watered, laundry's folded. It's like when you come back from vacation, you just like need to get your life in order, your act together. But I really enjoyed doing this. I hope you found it helpful. I say it a lot in several of my videos. It's helpful for me to body double. So if you use this as body doubling, as inspiration, a little plan with me, a little wrap up, a little TBR, all those good things. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. So like I said, this is the first video of every month that you can expect. So we'll do this again July 2nd. You can expect another one of these. That one will be a bit more of like a deep clean and actual weekly meal prep, because we're going in and getting ready for the school year to start in September. So really building those habits, resetting the space, resetting me, resetting my wallet to go back into the school year. Super excited about all of this. This has been fantastic. That's I think everything. Don't forget to let me know in the comments what you read in June, how many books, or your favorite book from June. And also let me know if I should read Empire of Storms or if I should read House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, which should be the 4th book in my TBR for the month of July. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see in a reset video, if you want more recipe ideas, if you want to see in-depth budget breakdown, how we do that. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you go follow me over on Instagram at RoyReadingCo. Like I said, if you're a new subscriber here, or if you've been here for the 4 years, 5 years that I've been doing this, thank you so much for being here. It means the absolute world to be able to create content and hang out with you every week. So thank you for that again. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and happy reading.